The video is Lila Nishmas from Shmuel Bach and Chaim Tzvidoiv. I'm going to try to speak a little bit louder. Those that are driving and are not able to watch, and definitely should not watch, but want to listen, and it's difficult, so I'm going to try to speak louder. If anyone knows how to do it on the phone itself, I don't know how to make it louder. I want to get back to really somewhat conclude, at least for now, even there's a lot to speak about, the idea of cannabis or marijuana, which is a very, very important topic, but really it's not just limited to that. The Ikka Yesod wasn't even specific to marijuana. It was really being in control of fifth level pleasures. Just some fifth level pleasures are different than others. Like the Mishnah says in Baba Kama, meaning to say some of them are, we called klipas because really most people should stay away. Some of them is something we're always engaged with. Food is something that we're engaged with all the time, and it takes a lot of control. Someone told me he lost 9 pounds. I'm so proud of him on the Koran diet, the Rambam's diet. And the secret behind it is very simple. It's not simple. It's simply said. To do it is very difficult. It's a lifetime struggle. It's not for naught that the Vilna Gaon said that a person is here in this world to break one midah. The entire purpose is to break midas. Now, as we pointed out many times, that's not the ultimate goal. Our job is to break the midas, but why does the Rebbeinu Shalom want us to be busy breaking midas? Is because that's how we get closer to Hashem. That's how we become godlike. I wanted to say on Shabbos, we were speaking about the Mishkan. It says that the Rebbeinu Shalom said, I want a dira b'tachtonim. I want to live down here on earth. Make me a dira. So we ask, what does that mean? Rav Cheskel Levenstein asks. He says, so how do you prepare? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do to have the Rebbeinu Shalom dwell down here and amongst us? Like the Alshich says, it really means inside of us. So I wanted to say Pashut. There's a thought that hit me on Shabbos. We know for sure what distances Hashem from us. And that is, the Gemara in Kiddushin says that when it comes to a person who has haughtiness, gaiva, that's one thing that guarantees to push the Rebbeinu Shalom away. God says, Ein ani v'hu yochim ladu, together. We can't live together. There's no room. I can't put my feet down. It says, Hadoim raglai. The world is, so to speak, a footstool. So if that's true, then that must mean that in order to have Hashem amongst us and within us, and how we could have dveikus and how we could have the ultimate pleasure, then we have to have anava, the opposite, humility. And this is just an example, but humility is a whole section. It's a whole shar in Chavis Halavavas. Chavis Halavavas tells us and lists, and it's an amazing experience to go through Shar HaKniyah. Shar HaKniyah discusses how to become humble. So it's good to tap into that. Okay, I want to go now and focus really on stepping higher than the fifth level pleasure. So as much as we were able to convey fifth level pleasure, or the five different pleasures a person experiences through the 5 different senses, and as we pointed out, the person has to become a connoisseur, really know the pleasures, and watch out for CP, which is counterfeit pleasure, and that's what we were discussing. That's how we branch to so many different things. And it's like I said, we all need chizuk, always constantly needing chizuk, that we should be able to take those, to be able to enjoy the pleasures and connect to Hashem through the pleasures, but make sure that we don't fall into the counterfeit pleasure. And that's why, also someone asked me actually recently about the Malav Malka. Malav Malka, there's a big Indian to have a Malav Malka. What does that mean? So Machlek is exactly what to have. Mishabur says you should have a Kazai Sopas, which means to have bread. There's a lot of secrets behind the Malav Malka. It says that there's a bone called the Niskoi bone, which is also called the loose bone, which only gets enjoyment and nourishment from the Malav Malka. At the same time, a person has to know themselves. If they each Motzei Shabbos eat and they fall and then they get all upset at how much they ate and they're depressed from that, then a person could rely on the Magen Avraham and have only fruits. The Iker is to be able to be in control. And that's what I meant also, that a person should be a kuli sa. Kuli sa means that a person is controlling as much as we're in control, and therefore it's not only when it comes to, like I said, marijuana or anything like that. It's every aspect of life. Just another example. We're speaking about a person who gets angry. Angry is a midah. It's a very serious midah. To be in control of anger, that takes lifetime work. And if a person's challenged with that, that's the avodah. To learn how to be in control of not getting angry when the kids are annoying, when the friends are annoying, when someone else is doing something, not to be so makpid. That is a lifetime. When you change that, you're zeicha to what you're supposed to be zeicha, to the highest places. You know why? Because when a person works in their midas and they merit to have the Rebbeinu Shalom dwell in them. Okay, Ad Kan, 5 senses. We're going to move on. Remember, we mentioned a few weeks ago maybe, what is the next level of pleasure? And we mentioned that it's something that a person is willing to give up everything in the 5th level of pleasures in order to have the 4th level of pleasure. And the answer is love. Love. What does love mean? Love means between a husband and wife. Love means between a parent and children. It also means between friends. Love of and I'll just give you a simple example. As the Chinuch points out, a person would be willing to give up. This is the source of the 5 levels of pleasures. The Sefer Chinuch, when he discusses V'ahavta Hashem Elokecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha, he says that a person has to be willing. This is really the source. The source of how do we know that there's something higher than all the 5th level pleasures is that there is something. A person can have all the riches in the world. He could have all the yachts. He could have all the islands. He could own everything. But if he's looking for the loved one, he's looking to find a wife. And finally he finds that wife, that girl, that lady. And she says, you know what, I'm willing to marry you on condition that you give up everything. Would a husband do that? Then the answer is yes. You know why? Because a person innately knows that it's a whole different level of pleasure. We're going to discuss this more tomorrow.